In the Field with Ron Hayes is brought to you by Oklahoma Farm Bureau. We farm here, we ranch here, we live here. We are rural Oklahoma.
Howdy, neighbors. Good morning, everybody. So glad to be along with you today. And joining us this morning, Michael Kelsey, Executive Vice President of the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association. Michael, thank you for joining us today. And the cattle industry's got some things that are very much on your mind right now. And kind of at the top of that list is the ongoing set of comments that are being submitted to the U.S. federal government regarding WOTUS, the Waters of the U.S. proposed rule.
This is priority number one right now, Ron, both on the federal and the state level for the Oklahoma cattlemen. It is vitally important that producers submit their comments. The deadline's been moved to November 14th, so we've got a little more time than what we originally had, and it's just vitally important that folks submit their comments. We're going to work on this hard for probably the next several years, actually from a water standpoint for the rest of our life. But this is vitally important that we get these comments in at this point in time, even if it's just a little brief comment. So important that producers do that.
One way that you can actually get comments in, I know the cattle industry has come up with a fairly easy way to submit those comments and dot all the I's, cross all the T's to satisfy EPA.
Absolutely. beefusa.org. You can go to that website. It'll take you right to a place where you can submit your comments. You can be as technical as you want to, or you can just say, EPA, I can do this myself. I know how to steward my own land. Leave me alone. But it's vitally important that we put these comments in.
Now, folks that are wanting clean water, it's important to understand. I know the cattle industry is in agreement with that as far as you're not looking for dirty water or trying to circumvent, trying to do the right thing.
Absolutely. This is about federal jurisdiction. This isn't about clean water. The EPA has clearly defined that they are trying to understand what jurisdiction authority they have over land, and that's crucial that people understand. To control water, you have to control land, and so that's why it's so important that we submit comments. This isn't about clean water. This is about federal jurisdiction.
Another big issue right now that has been there for a lot of years, about 4 or 5 years as far as the current rules are concerned, country of origin labeling. At the grocery store, you go in and in very small print, you can see right now whether a piece of meat has been born, raised, and processed in the United States or one of our neighboring countries.
Absolutely. You have to look really hard because on some of those packages, it's very faint and in a very, very small print. Last week, WTO issued their decision that USDA's latest modification was still out of bounds regarding WTO standards. So that's a big hit for us in the beef industry. If we don't change those provisions to be in compliance with WTO, we run a risk of our number 2 and our number 4 beef trading partner of allowing them to do retaliatory action. We can't afford that right now in our market. Even though the market's good, can we imagine what if our number 2 and our number 4 market were to issue retaliatory trade restrictions against us? It wouldn't be good. We need to fix this.
Bottom line, it does need to be fixed. Right?
Absolutely. We need to fix it.
Very good. Michael, appreciate your time today. Ryan. Michael Kelsey joining us today from the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association. And we remind you, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can check out the latest on our agricultural news scene at oklahomafarmreport.com and be listening to us on great radio stations all across the state on the Radio Oklahoma Network, a service of Griffin Communications. I'm Ron Hayes for News 9.